Hey guys, welcome back to Prepping in Progress. I'm Steve. This is Cody from Southern Rose Homestead, and Cody's been an angel. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about how I ended up getting hooked up with Cody, and then Cody's got some really cool things going on, and I cannot wait to tell you about them. You're going to be excited. You need to check it out. You need to head up to Cotter Springs. Oh, I shouldn't have said that yet. Editor. Anyway, thanks for being here. Stay with us. So, a lot of you who've been with the channel for umpteen years now, including my couple of years of not being very productive, Miss Kim and I split up. I ended up getting a small piece of property, starting to build a tiny house, and needed help. And not a lot of people had the time, the ability, or were able to come out and help me do things. That's why I hired Miss K and ended up marrying her. Um, but I really think that these things work out for the best. We ended up picking up new jobs, and one day my supervisor mentions, "Well, my son-in-law used to be a contractor." Hello. I'll give him your number. Hence, I give you Cody. And you've been out here helping my parents on the homestead with this expansion on the deck thing, and then at my place.
Yeah, a little bit of everything. Just kind of wherever you guys have needed help.
For how long now?
I think right about what, 2.5 months now?
Something
On and
like
off
that.
as I have time.
Yeah. Now, you've got your own homestead going on,
Correct.
and you've started trying to go completely self sufficient.
Trying to as much as we can. Trying to avoid going into debt to do so where we can.
I completely understand. So, I understand you've got some big plans on the property and off the property.
Yeah, we've got projects going on the property, kind of figuring out gardening with our area, animals that work there, then uh, optional sources of income. So we've had the homestead for quite a few years now. Life got busy, 4 kids, married. Things kind of take the back burner for a while, but over the last close to a year now, we've started reinvigorating some of those things and getting ready to start launching some of those back up this year.
I should mention Cody is my dealer. One of his projects that he's apparently not going to share with y'all is smoked cheese. And he's brought me pepper jack, mozzarella, and what was the other one I ordered?
Swiss.
Swiss. I have lived on his cheddar for probably 3 months now, 4 months. His father-in-law brings it to work and walks up and goes, "Hey, buddy, you want some cheese?" And those of us who are on the list start shelling out $10 bills for a pound of smoked cheese.
Yep, it's been a little pet project with me. I like come from a culinary background, so I like playing. We love smoked cheese ourselves, but can't afford it at the store. So find ways to do it, and found a good way to get it up and going, and it's expanded to friends, family, being able to share those things with others that we have around us.
And I'm looking forward to trying the mozzarella and the Swiss. So that's me bragging and making all of you jealous. If you'd like to be Cody's friend as well, you need to get on Facebook and look for Southern Rose Homestead.
Yep.
So what else is going on?
So with the Southern Rose Homestead, we started the page when we purchased the property in 19, kind of where the dream began. Starting to kind of take formation now. We've do some stuff for us, for friends and family, like the smoked cheese and whatnot, working on getting chickens up and going. We started last year, Cotter, Arkansas, at the farmer's market, kind of hobbying. The wife got into crochet, some stuff like that. And the feedback was quite a bit more enthusiastic than we anticipated. Um, had a lot of good feedback, had people asking about different things. And over the course of that, we started R&Ding a candle line.
Okay.
We're big into, with the homestead, we're big into traditional methods. Most people would say old school way of doing things. We find and believe, and our mentality is those methods are still valid in today.
Yeah.
And so with the crochet that the wife does, mostly can't pronounce the name for it, but think stuffed animals, hand crocheted. It's
All
got
right.
a agurumi, I think is how it's pronounced. Don't quote me on that. But that or the candles they're going to be all hand poured.
Okay.
So all small batch, but that allows us to really have control over quality, the end product, and the plan is we want to provide the highest quality products we can for the most affordable cost, and that's how we found is the best way to do it, is sticking with traditional methods.
All right. So what's going on in Cotter?
So in Cotter, we have really enjoyed the community with the farmers market, and in that we have gotten to meet um, many people, one of which is a resident of Cotter, Jason Nazarenko. I'm hoping I pronounced the last name correctly. He is one of our state reps, and
Okay.
his family has been dedicated to revitalizing Cotter. Small town, beautiful town.
Cotter's the one that has the spring in the middle of the park that
Yep,
flows into the river and it's really cold and you can go wading in it
yep,
with the bridge.
yep. With the historic bridge that it's known for. It used to be a railroad town.
Okay.
When the railroad died down, the town itself kind of died down, and so they are looking at projects to help revitalize the town.
Okay.
One of those that Jason is, him and his wife and family are doing is it's OTB Cotter, outside the box Cotter. The idea is it's been done elsewhere in the U.S., but it's shipping containers and essentially a shopping plaza.
All
Cotter
right.
gets a lot of traffic, especially tourists. It's actually trout capital of the U.S. for trout fishing.
And we were just talking up on the mountain about disappearing for a day.
Yes, that would be nice. But that being said, one of the common complaints, especially for wives who come with their husbands who go fishing, there's not really anything local for them to shop and do all the things women like to do. And so with OTB, it is a shopping plaza that is going to be centered around promoting local entrepreneurs, artisans, crafts, and all of that. And we are in the talks of possibly getting our own location in OTB if that's what works out, or possibly pairing with one of the uh, one of the larger store owners to where we're selling in the same location, but not necessarily taking the weight on the of all the overhead.
Okay. And so the candle line, and what else is going to be there?
So we've got the candle line. We've got several collections that are kind of in the end stage for the candles, kind of in the final touches, the womanly touches. There will be the crochet, several collections for that. With the we've got anyone who's looked at our page recently, they've probably noticed we had just released a new logo
Right.
for the brand.
I saw that late last night when I was
Yeah.
not unable to sleep and scrolling.
So we have released the new logo, kind of hinting at things to come, and we're going to be releasing with time more details as those final things get released out. But the collections and everything, crochet, I also do some carpentry myself, focusing mainly on hardwood, like cutting boards, charcuterie boards, that type of thing.
Okay.
I've done some custom order stuff in the past.
Well, and this expansion behind me.
Yes, always enjoy those. It's fun to see the progress come together. But focusing on those traditional methods and curating some collections
Okay.
to where not big city bucks, but you get the little higher end feel with the touch of the tradition that's kind of the center point of where we're located.
So you're focusing, you're literally taking homesteading skills and being able to market those products to the public.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, we've always had a thing on the channel where knowledge weighs nothing. You can have all the books and all the toys, but if you don't have the skills and actually use them, you've got nothing.
Yeah.
And you know, you can't pack.
Yeah, there's only so much you can pack, but the skills that you acquire, the knowledge that you acquire, those are only always pretty easily accessible.
Now we were talking, and you know, shut me down if I'm out of turn. But we were talking a couple weeks ago about you teaching how to do the candles and doing demos as well.
Yep. So if the storefront works out, there is plan. Kind of the thing everyone thinks of when the people I've mentioned it to has been Silver Dollar City, how they do the glass blowers, the
Right.
blacksmith. So if the storefront was to work out with us, and we were got to be a part of OTB, and the thought process there is we'll have the storefront, but behind the counter we'll have it set up to where the melters and all that is set up, and throughout the day, um, we would be pouring candles to where
Okay.
as people come in and shop, they can see the process, see how it's done. And it's a little bit of, hey, we're actually making these. We're not buying these from China and slapping a label on it.
Yeah.
A lot more common, and we found in the R&D that we've been doing and looking than what most people realize.
Yeah.
But kind of as a proof, and then there is some talk of in the OTB and some of the neighboring properties that are under development for some other projects, um, possibly us and then even other artisans in the area and stuff, maybe on a rotating basis or whatever the case may be, or if that works out, to be able to kind of hold classes on like a rotating schedule
Okay.
and be able to show people these old school crafts or traditional crafts or however you want to word it. They're still viable, they're still good to know, they're still good to have. And if they're interested, being able to at least introduce them and get them started down the road to those, if that's something that they want to do.
And on a side note, to my Seventh day Adventist viewers, your Pathfinder clubs, when I was in, had a candle making honor and an advanced candle making honor. And from what I'm understanding, this would check all your boxes to get that honor for your Pathfinder. So just kind of keep that in mind as something you're doing while you're traveling if you ended up in Cotter during the summer.
Yeah, and I mean that does work out. I mean, always happy to answer questions.
There you go.
The I found more often than not the answering the questions helps people appreciate the traditional methods more. It kind of ties to and gives story to where there's a little more meaning to what goes in to it.
Now, you've submitted the application. You've pretty much gotten the nod that you're in.
To varying degrees, we've submit. So with the process, it's a bit more extensive than at least I'm personally used to living in this area. We've made it past the initial screening. We received the second phase application, which is quite extensive. You have to provide business plans, financial projections, references, the whole 9 yards.
Okay.
And from the feedback we've gotten so far, that has been very well received. And we've been able to talk with Jason himself. We've gotten to talk to the person who is going to be the property manager for OTB.
Okay.
So he is, of course, very busy. He's got at least 2 separate projects, I believe maybe 3 in Cotters, counting OTB going on. He's a state rep, but he's also, I can't remember, ex Special Forces, something along those lines.
Okay.
So he's used to running and gunning like that. The man is a beast.
Now he's up for re-election, isn't he?
I'm not 100% sure
Okay.
if he's up for re-election this term.
Hmm. Well, guys, if you're local to Arkansas, particularly that area, you might want to do some research on him and I don't know, go cast a vote. Did I say that? Did we get political? I don't know. I'm just saying, any help that, you give that man might give some help to this man, and then we get everything going on. I would never, never try to influence anything, but, you know, help a brother out. So is there anything else that's going on?
I mean, outside of that, we do have April 11th is the first official day of this year's farmers market.
Okay.
For those that are interested who want to follow our Facebook page or whatnot, I know we'll be sharing this video when it goes live. We're also starting the 30-day ad lead up kind of posts for the brand. You can watch that for updates.
Okay.
The wife is working on the Instagram side of it. I leave that to her. That's her expertise, not mine. We're going to be releasing that, but April 11th is the official full launch of the new brand, all the collections in the brand, the candles, all of that.
Okay. April 11th. Put that on your calendars. And we've followed them, liked them, both from the Prepping in Progress page and from my personal page and from our Instagram. Don't know if you guys got Twitter yet, do you? Or X or whatever it's called?
To my knowledge, we don't. I know the wife has been looking into what ones are going to be viable for her to be able to keep with off
Right.
the bat.
Right. We're I I did a Rumble account this week more so that I could check out the videos there. I don't know if I'm going to be uploading to Rumble as well. I might. Um, TikTok, I don't know. TikTok scares me, but I've seen people get a lot of traction with shorts on TikTok.
That's what we've heard. Shorts, really good for getting brand out. We're
Okay.
looking at maybe doing that, especially with some of like the pouring and that aspect of it, maybe to
Okay.
help push the brand. We're just not sure on the YouTube bundle and Rumble. We're not quite sure on it's having enough length content to justify those platforms.
Right. Um, and this is for, you guys listening. I mean, we're not the fancy schmancy super duper, I think we've got 4,600 subscribers and I appreciate all of you. I have noticed in the newer controls that when you put a longer video up, there's a way, I have not played with it, but you can cut out of your 10-minute, 15-minute video
Okay.
segments to do shorts on
Okay.
YouTube and I think Rumble as well. And you might be
Okay.
able to download them to your computer and then the others. I am not the master of the interwebs.
We might have to check that out then, kind of see what options there are there.
Okay. I just want you guys to be successful. You are such a nice person and a good person. I mean, you're one of the few people who knows both where this homestead is and the bug out location, and you're welcome anytime. No need to call ahead. I want you to be successful.
We really appreciate that, and the feedback we've gotten so far has been amazing from everyone. Um, Based on the feedback, it looks like we're going to do well. The wife, of course, she's more cautious than me, so see how that goes. But I think the biggest thing for us is the educating everyone on the choices of why we've chosen the methods we have and why we've chosen the materials we have.
Okay. Well, guys, have we covered everything?
I believe so.
Okay. We're probably, I'm probably going to sneak in and film Cody while he works on the homestead a little bit at some point, and whether he knows it or not, then add that to some of our videos. But for today, thanks for just sitting and talking with us. Sorry we didn't do a whole lot of demo and whatnot. Cody and I have actually been up at the spring fixing water line, and yeah, it's just been fun. And I should have taken a camera up there, but I didn't think it would be that long. I thought it would be 3 minutes, and it was 3 hours. So thanks for joining us. Thanks for watching. There will be more with Cody and me actually doing stuff very shortly. Stay with us. Thank you. We love you. See you soon.